The successful entertainment leader I chose to profile is Phaedra Parks. Most would know her as one of the main characters of the hit reality TV show The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I wanted to shed some light on her many legal and business achievements she has accomplished. Attorney Parks practices law in the areas of entertainment, intellectual property rights, as well as civil and criminal litigation as the managing partner of the Parks Group. Phaedra Parks graduated from the University of Georgia School of Law and has become a prominent entertainment attorney practicing out of Atlanta that has handled many high-profile cases and clients, including Ludacris, Jazzy Faye, Too Short, Jermaine Dupri, and most notably, Bobby Brown. Phaedra has been the recipient of many legal and business awards, including recognition as a Georgia Rising Star Super Lawyer in Atlanta Magazine and as one of the top 25 most influential women in 2006 by Rolling Out Magazine. When addressing the 5 levels of leadership, I believe that Phaedra Parks is sitting comfortably at the 3rd level of leadership, or the production level. Phaedra has qualities of both the 1st and 2nd levels of leadership. I will consider the time she spent working as an attorney with Geico's in-house law firm, Bridges, Ormond & Faenza. In this position, Phaedra was able to learn how to handle clients, judges, and million-dollar deals from seasoned lawyers. The 2nd level of leadership, the permission level, can be displayed on Phaedra's many business opportunities. Firstly, her many appearances on television as a legal analyst for Entertainment Tonight, Celebrity Justice, Extra, Court TV, and most notably for NBC and Fox News during the Michael Jackson trial, proves how her expertise in business relationships helped broaden her exposure and audience. Another example of Phaedra Parks' career that applies to the 2nd level of leadership is her role on Bravo's TV's The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The public has affirmed Phaedra's popularity as being one of the most popular characters of the series. The permission level of leadership says that people follow you because they want to, and apparently the public wants to tune in every week and follow her story. To apply Phaedra's law career to the 2nd level of leadership, I would like to explain how one of her first cases as an independent attorney created the highly sought-after Phaedra Parks work ethic. Almost immediately after launching her own law firm, the Parks Group, she was referred through business networking a high-profile case by Atlantic Records whose young star Drama was incarcerated while he had tour dates scheduled. Phaedra spoke to the judge, acquired a temporary furlough or leave from jail for Drama, and accompanied him on the road for several months. She was asked about why she put so much effort into this case, and she responded by saying, accompanying Drama was not part of the written agreement, but the record company wanted to make sure he made it back to jail in time, and it was sort of understood that I would be responsible for that. Phaedra worked hands-on with her client in case from start to finish, and others took notice. This victory brings us to the 3rd level of leadership, or the production level. This is where I believe Phaedra would be placed on the leadership ladder, although she would be at the top of this percentage. This level of leadership is based on results, and Phaedra's results, especially in law, speak for themselves. Other record labels and artists began to take note of Phaedra, which allowed her to work with high-profile clients like Bobby Brown. Phaedra Parks' most publicized and famous case was her representation of Bobby Brown during his trial for assaulting Whitney Houston, his wife at the time, in 2004. Phaedra became Bobby Brown's go-to attorney for years to come, and she created both professional and personal relationships with the family, which in turn led to more high-profile cases and clients. I believe that Phaedra would be considered able to become a level 4 leader or a people development leader because people follow her because of what she has done for them. Phaedra has created relationships with clients from many different types of business circles, and they continue to do business with her based on her attitude and leadership qualities. The final level of leadership is also known as the personhood level. It is definitely not out of the question for Phaedra Parks to attain one day. In the personhood level of leadership, people follow because of who you are and what you represent. Phaedra represents class and substance and operates under loyalty and integrity, which is refreshing and warmly welcomed. I titled this presentation A Living Obituary to play off of Phaedra's latest business endeavor, opening and operating a funeral home. I wanted to include this latest project because it shows that Phaedra is a woman who is able to juggle many professional and personal responsibilities. I also wanted to include the funeral home endeavor because in the Maxwell readings, he speaks of the importance of having a mentor, and that's just what Phaedra acquired before starting the funeral home business. She learned the ins and outs from an industry leader and ultimately ended up partnering with him on this project. Before wrapping up, I wanted to touch upon a few green laws that Phaedra's leadership style applies to. The first and most obvious to me is Law 11, which says to learn to keep people dependent on you. Green advises a leader to possess a talent and creative skill that simply cannot be replaced. What occupation better suits this statement than a lawyer, or should I say an exceptional lawyer, which Phaedra Parks has proved she is. As I was reviewing Green's laws and seeing which apply to Phaedra, I noticed that her leadership style could be seen as a marriage of law number 9, win through your actions, never through argument, and law number 28, enter action with boldness. This is perfectly depicted by a viewer of The Real Housewives of Atlanta who described Phaedra as, quote, brash and bold and able to back up her words with actions. Another law that Phaedra's leadership style pertains to would be law number 37, which says to create compelling spectacles. This is the whole idea behind her funeral home venture with the promise of providing funerals worth dying for. She is also known to throw lavish parties, including the baby shower she threw for her firstborn that was more reminiscent of someone's wedding day. Phaedra is definitely a woman who understands the importance and benefits to creating compelling spectacles, whether it be for professional or social gain. Thank you for listening to my presentation about Phaedra Parks. She may be someone you hadn't considered to be a prominent leader in the entertainment industry because lately her reality TV publicity has overshadowed her professional achievements. Personally, I respect Phaedra Parks as an attorney and businesswoman and hope to one day have the opportunity to work with her. Thank you for your time.